All right, here we are. So, to think I'm actually starting this out. Welcome to my first podcast, as well as the first official stream I'll be doing for this channel. Pardon me if I sound rather shy or introverted. Not kind of used to this yet. So let's just get this show on the road. Let's have a good time and chill. So yeah, welcome to my channel, TheNerdDerg. The name's Jessero, and yeah, I've been kind of excited to start this YouTube channel. It's been something in the works for like several years now, and I don't know why I haven't started it earlier. It might have been, well, I probably do know. It's probably just shyness, lack of motivation, creativity, and yeah. But let's see. I think what this channel will be about, well, I'm planning on making this more focused around just entertainment in general, like whether it be current events, gaming, or just like these weekly podcasts that I'll be doing every Friday night around the same time. So it is, I'd just take this time to like kind of speak out my mind, honestly, just completely unscripted. And yeah, I kind of really hope to get this through. So yeah, let's see. Each podcast is going to be around, I'd say around 30 minutes to an hour. So definitely gives us a lot of time to work with. Could be longer for this one though, considering it is the first one. So might make it a bit special. Okay, so I've made a list here, but the types of content that I'll be doing for future videos terms would be around games, news, furry content, or informational, educational videos. It's that type of content that I kind of wish to focus on as a way to like kind of express my own opinions and what to think about. And honestly, it's your choice whether you enjoy whether you enjoy the content or not. It's completely up to you. But yeah, I think it's all good. I don't really have any kind of video schedule laid out in terms of when I'd post content. It'd probably be completely random at first, because currently work full time all week, so yeah, I gotta just try and find out time for such content, of course. And let's see. Yeah, so in order to make the channel less confusing as to searching for videos based on content, I'll probably have like playlists dedicated to like each type of video that I make, so that way it's like not too lost or just random in a way. So if you're like looking for a specific video, you can just search through the playlists. I see three people. Wait, I see three people talking there. I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just that kind of bottled feeling where it's just you're trying to find the right words on what to say, but you don't know how to explain it. Yeah. Um, that's kind of what I plan on. Well, as, for why I'm making the YouTube channel, I guess it's just creative expression. I think I've said that before already. Kind of hope to like entertain this a wider audience instead of like just focusing on one like group subgroup or something. I don't know. I just don't like focusing on just one particular type of content. But I kind of just probably will focus on like things that I enjoy, probably hobbies and such will be revolved around this. So yeah. Um, as for what I currently do though, I am an IT student, working full time as a technician, and definitely looking forward to kind of find new opportunities, kind of blend YouTube and just what I'm learning well, while also having fun, of course. Yeah. So I might as well just put it here now, but any questions you guys would like to ask, feel free, because this is basically um what it's about, just chilling here. Want to ask anything? Go ahead. um, see, there's 3 watching now, unless that's inaccurate. But yeah. Um, do I like waffles? Yes, I like waffles. They're really good. um, as for the type of waffles, I guess you could go. Well, it'd be a long list for flavors, like chocolate chip, blueberry, strawberry. It's when it comes to waffles, though, I don't think I've ever had them toasted specifically. I'd buy frozen waffles, kind of microwave them. Not really ideal, but I mean, still kind of tastes good. Inspiration for Sona. Um, okay, so uh, let's see. This is a long story actually. This one kind of hits back to more of my childhood. Uh, what? So basically, so in general, I like dragons. I'm like, okay, dragon is a template, and kind of figured, how do I make it where that's like, I don't know. I had this design idea in a way where it was more iterative, where it started off like more of a basic concept. Like before I didn't have my Sona didn't really have hair or anything, and much of the features now compared to the compared to back then, of course. But it's I don't remember very well. So I guess most of the inspiration came more in the form of like just looking at art and figuring out how do I personalize this in my own way. So I guess it's just that, and probably from dreams that I don't really remember that far back from. I made it eh, like when I was, yeah, that was like 8 years ago, so it was a long while ago. Opinions on Dogecoin. Okay, so Dogecoin. I don't actually know what's the stock price at the moment for it, but I'm actually right now what the Dogecoin price is. We are. Oh, it's 34 cents. Pretty down, but honestly, me being me, I still have very cautious optimism when it comes to Dogecoin, considering I know it's kind of like this meme cryptocurrency, but it still has some fair value. I mean, its peak was like, what, around 72 cents? But there's already been a lot of talk around like Dogecoin at least reaching $1, so I think investing now for Dogecoin would be a good idea. I mean, the amount you invest into it, it's completely up to you. Like you can, it's not really worth much that you can just break the bank. So it's like you can buy as much Dogecoin as you like. Like, because I remember when Bitcoin used to be only worth $1 specifically, and look where it's at now. Like you can get quite a lot. Like people became multimillionaires from Bitcoin skyrocketing in price. I mean, it's quite something, but I still think that Dogecoin definitely has that competitive edge in terms of market cap and share. Opinions on Elon Musk and his furry tweets. Okay, this one's actually pretty hilarious. Um, I don't even know, honestly, what my opinions are. It's kind of a mixed bag. I mean, it's completely up to it's his opinions on furries is he contradicts himself, and I don't know how to explain it. But it is pretty funny. Let's see. Trying to figure out. I'm just kind of sitting here on my chair at this point, just kind of like laying back, and yeah, I think in terms. Okay, so going back YouTube discussion real quick. I think for content that I'll probably be first is probably some games. And like games and such will probably be released more frequently because they're fun to do, and it's probably what I do most often. But like on the side, I'll probably be doing like my own research on topics. I think in terms of more of the informative content that I'll be uploading, it'll be focusing more on green energy and renewable energy sources and such. And I'll be one of the major topics that I'll be discussing in terms of like your educational like intake of that. but it'll be it's I wouldn't say like it's research that I do, of course. Like I wouldn't really take my word for everything because the one thing I'm worried about when it comes to doing more of these informational videos and educational stuff is like fear bias in a way, because I don't want to sound biased on anything, and it's I don't want to take like credit for things that I have not done, of course. But it's gonna be information that's that I find. I'll of course link sources to everything I find in the video, like everything that I find like in the video, like description specifically. So you feel free to overlook that and have your own perspective on such things. I guess okay. Do you like trapezoids? I mean, trapezoids are cool. Trapezoids are a special geometric shape. Of course, if you know the formula to find the area of a trapezoid, pretty interesting. Now I'm just talking random at this point. uh, yeah. So let's see. Um, anything else? I guess I'll just continue talking. Uh, well, not gonna continue. Well, I don't know what to say, honestly. Sit back, relax, wait for questions. Honestly, any question is good. But don't. But do. Let's see. What? Who's your best friend? That's I'd say that's a hard question. Best friend. It's like I can't really have specifically one best friend, you know? Like, I can't really dedicate a specific title like that to just one person because there are really good friends, of course. I'd say I have multiple best friends, and I do consider you a best friend, and like others that I know who are also best friends. And have of course I know I can have more than one. Favorite type of game? let's see. Well, if there's something to know about me, I'm not really the first person, like FPS shooter kind of guy. I like being more laid back and try approaching more creative games. Like, for example, Minecraft. It's one of them, but I do like others. Subnautica Below Zero. Like more story driven creative games specifically. Um, I don't know why. It's just when it comes to high intensity games, it puts a little bit of stress on me. Well, not too much stress. I mean, I do enjoy them, of course. It's video games. Who wouldn't like? And then there's also games like League of Legends. I play that quite a lot. I can never really seem to get tired of it. So it's like the one game that can always revisit. It's always developing a strategy. Kind of keeps me thinking. So I guess it's kind of one reason why I like games that kind of, I guess games that kind of engage myself into thinking, what can I do? Because once I'm able to do that, it's like I'm able to just enjoy the game in general. Now I know there's like people who I know who are very familiar with very stressing games. Like, I mean, okay, there's this one game I played before, a good friend of mine, and it was well, this one is already, well, everyone knows this one, Fortnite, of course. My gosh, I have some opinions on that game. There are people who have definitely have more time to develop like their own set of skills for that, which I probably would never do because it's just stressful in the sense that I don't know. I guess that actually now that brings me to another point. Battle Royale games. Now, I don't really have very much of a liking for Battle Royale games as a whole. I mean, they're really cool concept and all, but in terms of trying to get like actually win one of those, it's more taxing because you're definitely bound to lose more than you win. Ah, yes, Dark Souls. Oh man, uh, Dark Souls is definitely a game which I've never played Dark Souls, but the way everyone keeps talking about the difficulty, I mean, I hear it's a good game though, but in terms of like the actual gameplay and its difficulty and trying to progress through it, kind of, I mean, I don't think I'd mind playing it, other than I guess I'd be just mildly angry at the thought of just not being able to progress, and I just drop the whole thing. And that. I feel like that's something that could happen actually. Like, just getting to that point in the game where I just can't go any further, and I just drop it entirely and probably revisit it at some point in the future. Like, it might not be the near future, but it's like if I ever want to revisit a game, it's like either I'm really, really bored or just needing something to do. Like, let's see. I think one game that combines like, because I do like survival games quite a bit. That adds like mild difficulty. Um, guess. Oh, okay. I'm trying to think of a game here real quick. Okay, here it is. State of Decay 2. I've played that game for quite a bit, and I'd say it's definitely, it kind of fits that niche kind of aspect of a game where it's like, okay, it's like a zombie survival game, but at the same time, it's just, I don't know, it has its own strategies and skill involved, which gets you thinking constantly, like resource management, where you want to set up a base, just all that. And it's just something, like, it's in the combination where it's like, oh no, I'm constantly like in anxiety of like something going wrong and just that ruining my mood, but at the same time, like, also enjoying the thought of like needing to conserve certain things. So it just kind of fits that weird niche in a way. Majority of games, I it's hard for me to get into because it's like I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it in the long run or not. Um, and I think one good example of this, and I know some people might hate me for this, is Animal Crossing. Now, I've never played it. I don't really have a Switch, but I'm not sure what is the appeal of Animal Crossing. I mean, I know, I mean, I can see an appeal for it, obviously. I can see why a lot of people play it, but I just don't know how my reaction to it would be. Because, like, I guess it's something that I'd probably have to go into blind. Which, I mean, I've done, like, blind playthroughs of games, and I have actually happened to enjoy it a lot more than I think I would have enjoyed. I guess it's just a matter of just diving into that. Like, of course, the only thing is, I don't know where to start in terms of Animal Crossing in general. I mean, I'd probably wait till I get a Switch myself, but it it's I'd get questions sometimes, like whether I'd have the game, or it's like, um, in terms of just talking about it, or like general conversation, and I wouldn't really know what to say. And I guess it brings me to a kind of another subject here. Um, what was it? Oh yeah, just understanding, like coming up with what to say with trending topics, for example. A lot of what's trending, I probably will have missed. I mean, there are multiple areas to trending, but I kind of focus more on like technological and financial trending news than I do like games and such, which is probably why I'll be pretty far behind if someone, like, if most of the people I know who bring up uh, more of the gaming side of things, I probably will have forgotten. But I mean, I do occasionally watch what's going on in like gaming community and such. I just don't really know what happens in terms of like being constantly updated about that. But yeah, there's that. Any any el anything else you guys like to ask? I'm all open for it. Because Yeah, definitely. Oh, I might as well continue the conversation. Actually, in terms of kind of what I'm thinking about right now, I have like some goals I really want to accomplish. I mean, they're pretty pricey, but I mean, pricey goals are something to work towards and save too. I mean, like, I don't really like breaking the bank, obviously. Not really that kind of person. More on just the conservative side with things, where I like saving, and I don't really do much personally, other than just trying to learn what there is to learn about. Like I'm always constantly looking forward to learn, and I feel like most of what I would want to do kind of requires me working towards the said goals. I'm just trying to explore myself and kind of develop like more of how I communicate with others. Because normally I mean, I know like I don't usually talk like this in terms of like meeting friends that I'm very comfortable talking to. Like I talk to them a lot, so that's kind of why I feel like more relaxed there than I do now, which I don't know why. I mean, I'm trying to relax now, but um, getting back on topic, I think YouTube, just doing this in general, will probably help me try and like kind of let out my thoughts away. I've always had the issue of like overthinking, and as for how to like actually find an outlet for that, it's pretty hard. Because there are days where I just kind of want to like lay face down on the pillow, just kind of pass out, trying to like figure out what how do I just stop thinking, just empty my head. And that's kind of also another motivation for me just finally starting this, because occasionally I'll have like a breakdown or emotional breakdown for no apparent reason. I think bundling, I think having all those thoughts just constantly running through it's it's this kind of helps me in a way, while also like being able to like communicate more with people that I know here, and probably potential new people in the future if they ever decide to watch this first podcast. I mean, this podcast is being saved as more of like, well, it's basically a video at this point, but it's live. It's something I'm probably going to look back into the further down, like the further more I make content. Um, I mean, I don't really know how else to explain it. I mean, I guess one thing that I'm working on right now is trying to learn how to code Python. And I've been wanting to get back into computer programming for a while now, and I think Python is probably the one way for me to start. Like I got programs like Visual Studio Code and Anaconda in the as software that I can use to kind of run applications based on it. But I kind of have more of a long-term goal for using that kind of code. I probably won't say that right now. Um, Probably later on. But I think I can make some pretty cool stuff and just kind of present it here as a way of like fulfillment in a way. I don't know what I don't know what I mean by fulfillment, but just uh, I guess I get the most satisfaction in terms of like accomplishing what I've wanted to learn for so long, and having that push, having like having to push myself constantly on that, I'd say it's helped. I mean, it's more like having a constant need to learn, because I feel like if I don't learn, I'd fall behind. In the sense that, oh, I feel inferior to a lot of the people around me if I'm just not learning. And kind of puts a toll on myself. It's like, in this sense, I'm thinking of myself in a more negative viewpoint, which I really don't want. But at the same time, having that viewpoint kind of helps me just try and find more opportunity to figure out what am I actually doing for myself, and what new things can I learn and probably apply and just kind of enjoy it at the same time, even though it's probably not healthy for me to constantly have that kind of pressure. Like sometimes I wonder if I were just to take just 1 week, just not do anything other than my job and college, of course, how would I react in the time that I've been motivating myself to continue? I don't think I've actually had an opportunity where I'm not actually or I'm just thinking of nothing, just the absolute nothing. And I don't really, I, I don't know how it feels. Like sometimes I just kind of doze off sometimes thinking about random things that I don't really know how to explain, either more fantasizing my own imagination, like imaginational creativity, like just silly things. But honestly, I'm not sure. I guess, like right now, for example, I'm just trying to find words of how to explain myself. I'm just kind of like tongue-tied in a way where I don't know what to put into words. Like, I guess, how do I put this? I guess I also kind of struggle with like empty thoughts in a way, where thoughts that have no meaning, but they just kind of linger around with me and just kind of stress me out in a way. And I don't know how to deal with that other than just, I guess, having that need to just kind of let go. Although, yeah, it does happen. it's it's more, I don't know, how do I put it? Um, wow, I'm really struggling for words right now. I guess another way to kind of explain my thoughts would be, of course, with a lot of the doodles that I make, or drawing in general. I sometimes stress out with drawing because it never comes out the way I'd like it to, and I just kind of stop drawing for a while because of it. But yeah. Oh dang, 5 a.m. where you are. Yeah, that's definitely pretty late. I guess I'll see you, and make sure you sleep well. Yeah. Yeah, definitely gotta get some sleep for them work. But yeah, in terms of art, I feel I always get, so every time I seem to show art for friends, like show my art to friends, they always kind of like ask me I should, if I like, they kind of tell me I should open up for commissions. And I guess my opinion on that is more, the reason I don't do it is mainly out of fear. There are times where I'm afraid of deadlines. I mean, deadlines are a good thing, don't get me wrong. It's just I'm afraid of like being too busy where it's like a person's hard-earned money is wasted on the amount of like time that I take for just that piece of art. And if I struggle to finish that art or just can't draw it, like it gets me in a way where I just feel bad about myself for not being able to do it. But I mean, at the same time, I shouldn't really feel hard about that myself, because it's it's something that I have to improve on constantly, of course. Yeah, like you put that perfectly, actually. Like having the drawing to actually like come out exactly the way you'd like. That's it's like near impossible, but at the same time, it's if you're trying to fit it into a commissioner's specifications, for example, it it's hard to a point where I don't want to like make them unsatisfied and feel like they're being cheated out of their money. And that I think that's what worries me most about opening for commissions. Is like I don't want to be a scammer. That's just the one thing. Uh, how long have I been keeping this for? Oh dang, time does fly. It's already been like around close to 50 minutes. But this has been a lot of fun though. This first podcast, like the topic on that stuff, like the first few topics, of course, on that board and the doodle and the live stream, it was just passed by very fast. But these random discussions, I'm enjoying. I wonder if I should keep doing random discussions like continuously, but I think I'd want to do more. I'd probably prepare better for later podcasts. I think if I wanted to do better in this case, I guess I'd probably do my own, like, see what news there is for the week and probably talk about that. Of course, in terms of what it'll be talking about, it'll probably be talking about more tech stuff or stuff like that I kind of like doing or learn about. But I'll keep that going. And of course, there'll be some podcasts like this, or like all the podcasts will be live streamed. So of course, it'll be interactive. Me and the audience, any questions? Uh, yeah, I guess it does easy. It's easier when you're doing art for friends and not having a time limit on it, because it's like something you don't really have on the back of your head constantly. Because like I'm 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 usually a pretty busy person. Like I have free time now. It's just I guess the other difficult thing is just I think the hardest part for any kind of art piece is just getting started. Just drawing the first few lines or just getting the first rough detailed sketch out. Like just starting is difficult. But yeah, I'll see ya. I imagine it's pretty late for you. But hope you sleep well. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm probably going to like for future podcasts, it'll be a combination of like weekly news and of course more audience interaction. Like I'm always open to conversation with whatever people talk about in the chat. Like if they want to ask me a question, they can. I'm totally open for it. So yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I've been enjoying this so far. I don't think I've actually had time to like really speak speak my mind on things. And I might not have like the words to like really converse for this. I I mean, even before doing this, I just had like a rough plan. And it's still not something I'm really following. But I think uh, this is something that I'm gonna do every Friday from now on. Just enjoying myself with you guys. But yeah, I'd say look forward to more podcasts, and of course, I'm probably going to be releasing a video at some point where it'll be focused. Like I think it'll be like a gameplay video of something. Is some like more of the frequent content that'll be around. As for next Friday, I don't think I'll be doing a podcast then. I believe I'll be traveling that Friday. But the Friday after that, I'm totally open to doing another one. And the podcast will be not next Friday, but the Friday after. It'll be around the same time. And I kind of really hope to see more people by then and enjoy a good time. But yeah, I guess really know what to say, but I guess I'll start by saying, well, we are nearing the end of this podcast. I mean, I'm really looking forward to doing more of these in the future. And of course, if you'd like to stay notified, or just if you think I deserve it, subscribe and like the video, like the stream, of course. I mean, it's up to you. It's your choice on that matter, but not really begging or asking at all. Because I don't like constantly asking for that stuff. Because I'm just doing this out of I'm basically doing this out of like the need for me to just creatively express myself. So it's up to the people and like whether they want to like keep up in the sense of like they want to watch what I do or want to learn something new. But yeah, I think I'll announce like terms of I know some people already have my social media. I'd probably figure it out. already, or just I just have them on social media, but it's something I'll probably announce later on. Not now, of course. But yeah, I'm looking forward to new beginnings, as the stream title shows. But, once again, I'd like to thank people who have tuned in. It means a lot, especially to me. I was kind of worried in general, like whether I'd just be kind of talking to myself, but I'm thankful. I mean, this was a great time, and I've enjoyed it. I guess the final words for the podcast, like, I hope you guys have enjoyed. And this this kind of podcast was just kind of random, kind of introducing the channel in general. I'm sorry if like you guys kind of expected more, but I mean more is on the way. It's just this is just my first one, and I don't really know how to approach it. But now that I actually have a feel for now, I'd say it's definitely worth. But yeah, I guess that'll be it for now. I mean, well, we still got about 3 minutes left. What do we talk about here? Well, there isn't much to talk about other than just sitting, enjoying this nice, peaceful. You can't really go like wrong with lo-fi music. Something back. Like, I don't normally drink coffee, but like lo-fi music. There's that side cup of coffee. Just working on whatever you're just doing. Like for me, honestly, I don't really have anything inside here, but it's just something warm to drink, hot cocoa or something. That sounds weird. But yeah. Well, this is where I'm going to be ending the podcast. I hope you have all enjoyed, and thank you for tuning in. Feel free to subscribe and like if you think I've deserved it, and make sure to hit the bell notification if you want to keep up with any content updates that I come up with. And say I'm really looking forward to things. I'm definitely happy. Been quite a first podcast for me, and I think I feel much more relaxed than I did earlier today, because I was kind of worried things wouldn't go right. But I'm glad they did. So, yep. This will be it. And I hope you guys have a good night. Enjoy that good sleep. And enjoy your next day tomorrow. Have some fun. And this is Jessro and channel TheNerdDerg signing off here.